The bumper crowd already. 2023 Wheatwood Handicap Day about to commence, ladies and gentlemen, and the stalls are back and they're off in the first. Favourite Steady Ready exploded out of the gates out wide, showing good speed, was Compassionate underneath it, matching motors as they go to the first turn. Followed by Titans, who's away into a prominent spot, and Caesars will land of fourth. Magnitudo 50 outside, two further back in the field to the top weight, and that's Devastating racing back fourth to last, clear of only Roots and Rocks. Zaya back second to last with Dr. TK last of all over on the inside. Steady Ready raced away, coming down the side of the track with a wing on every hoof here in the first. Set sail for the run of the judge by probably 5 lengths over Compassionate, followed by Titans and Caesarus. Devastating will want to get on its bike into about 5th, but at least 8 lengths away from the speed, so homeward bound. Steady Ready in front, 200 to go, 4 lengths clear. Compassionate is the margin abbreviated. Titans is third, Caesarus is next, and they're followed by Devastating. Steady Ready in front, Compassionate the outside, getting close. Compassionate went home the better in one. Compassionate beats Devastating, Steady Ready. Zaya and Titans, followed by Dr. TK and also Magnitudo. Further back in the field to Caesarus back second to last, and Roots and Rocks at the tail end of the field.
All right, Compassionate. She did all of the chasing after Steady Ready, and she grabbed him at about the 50 metres mark and has got the win at only her third start for Barry Lockwood. So she's had 3 starts since coming up from the south for 2 wins and a second. Devastating, really appreciating the high pressure. He just got a little bit too far back again. Maybe he's wanting something a bit further, but he jumped up out of the ground, and Steady Ready just went too fast in the lead there, and he's folded up in the last 50 metres. So Compassionate, trained by Barry Lockwood, ridden by Damien Thornton, has taken the opening event on the card.
All right, Maxie, great job by Barry Lockwood. Brad Hearn is here to have a chat, and terrific win by Compassionate today, Brad. She was, I guess, Johnny on the spot as far as in the right position with this just tearaway leader, Steady Ready.
Yeah, he had them all off the bit a long way out. Like I didn't think she'd run a place coming to the turn because she was sort of off the bit the whole way, but she's a tough little girl, and she stuck her head out when we needed her to.
She's so tough, and from what we saw in the paddock first up from a spell to what we see today is a much more furnished product, and she's really fit now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's getting there. She's not going to trim up overnight, but she's a good doer. She's a lovely little mare to have around the place, and you know, she ran a pretty smart horse down today, so it's very good.
Great stuff. Well done on a good start to the day.
Thanks, Bernie.
All right, there is Brad Hearn on behalf of Barry Lockwood. Compassionate takes out race number 1 on the card. 12 beats 1-6, Maxie, was it? Oh, no, 4. So Steady Ready. No, I can't see the board, actually. Do you have the numbers there, Maxie? Anyway, we'll be putting those up on the board, or a time, perhaps. It's a bit impossible for us to see from here, so we might come back to you. 12-1-6. All right, there you go in a photo.
Herbie Town will be the last to get set. Mishani Ego from the inside in the pink cap as our favourite way, as we're about to pay respect to the legend that he was, Pat O'Shea. And they're off in the Pat O'Shea for 2023. Now, Mishani Ego from the inside was the quickest to come out of the gates, and also Mishani Fire up to attack it. Getting across into a prominent spot. Now away in third was Mishani Eclipse, and Mishani Rockers fourth away. And they're followed by both Throw Under the Bus and Herbie Town. Mishani Sunset as well back in the field with also Mishani Opal. It'll balance up back second to last as they thunder towards the home turn with 500 to go. And Tillings away to Don't Leave leave me now at the tail end of the field. So the favourites in front on the Pat O'Shea. And I speak of Mashani Ego. Mashani Ego in front. Herbie Town, the outsiders looming though. Mashani Fire's still there in the centre, homeward bound. Then came Mashani Rock, who's heading the remainder of the field. Basically 4 abreast, 170 to go. Mashani Rock hit the lead. Trying hard, Herbie Town, and also Mashani Fire. But it's Mashani Rock in front. 50 to go. Mashani Rock has won the Pat O'Shea. Mashani Rock beats Mashani Ego and also Mashani Fire. Then came Herbie Town, Mashani Opal. Further back in the field of Mashani Eclipse. And then came Throw Under the Bus, Don't Leave Me Now, and Mashani Sunset at the tail end of the field.
1, 6, 7 and 2. Mashani Rock, ridden by Bubba Tilley, just turning to get his photo taken there. Taking out the Pat O'Shea plate on Mashani Rock by Kobayashi from Gina Ballerino. An Oratorio mare has come from just behind them to get up and score. Mashani Ego bounced quickly and led at a good tempo. She gave a good kick, but just felt the pinch a little bit late. And then Mashani Fire getting up on the outside for third. Herbie Town, I didn't think that the gate in the 2-year-old race would be a major issue, but it was. He was obliged to race 3 and 4 deep the entire there, Herbie Town, and it looks like he might get 4th spot. But a trifecta to Les Ross with Bubba Tilley in the saddle on Mashani Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Les joins us here now, and the trifecta here in the Pat O'Shea is just what you wanted.
Yes, it's a pleasant surprise. I was hoping one of the fillies could win, but it's nice to get a winner.
Kobayashi's been a great sire to you so far.
We've had a great year last year with him, and Mashani Royal and Gangster. They were 2 nice horses, and we might have a couple more this year with a bit of luck.
Incredibly hard to line these horses up pre-race.
Yeah, well, as I say, everyone's asking, and I thought the Ego was the fastest, which she was till the turn. Unfortunately, the others grabbed her, but it's just nice to win the race, and yeah, I'm very lucky to have all the staff from the Mashani here today, and Lacey and Donna, the 2 foremans are here, so it's very nice. We've got the whole crew here, and it's just nice to win when they're all here.
Yeah, looking very professional, decked out in all their pink today. Good on you, Les.
Thanks, Bernadette.
There he is, Les Ross. We call him Mr. Cutest for a reason. He pretty much wins all the money here every year. That's the Pat O'Shea, 1, 6, 7 and 2. Here's Kembler.
Good support for Miss Tambo, $7 into $6, and Coddy's been well backed pretty much all week. $15 on opening price into $8.
Light now blinking away, all in for the third. Right to go, all clear, sets and racing now, and away well was Wanda Rocks, and also My Dad Outlawed is trapped out, but going forward up into third. Handy is also Alpha Lily, likewise the inside there, Miss Tambo, Bafana. Argyle Pink is out 3 and 4 wide, and further back to Winter Rain. April in Augusta, Vanasta's out 3 wide, Secret Tales and Coddy the Fence, and last of all is now Moto Miss. In France, My Odette, second's Outlawed, third is Alpha Lily, 3 wide, followed further back by Wanda Rocks is 4th, the Fence, and 5th the outside Bafana. 3 wide is the grey. Argyle Pink as they swing down the side. Further back to Winter Rain. April in Augusta. Miss Tambo the Fence, and further back to Secret Tales. Next the outside Vanasta. 3 wide. Coddy second last the Fence, and last of all is Moto Miss at the 400 metres marker. My Odette just in front. Second's Outlawed. Half a length away. Third is Alpha Lily. 3 wide. Bafana's making ground. Further back to April in Augusta. Winter Rain right towards the outside, but quickly Outlawed. Outlawed has now loomed up and taken over. Beaten off as My Odette. Bafana runs home and right down the outside as Modo Miss, but Outlawed's in front. Rushing home as Modo Miss and flashing late Cotty, but Outlawed in front and Outlawed. Outlawed's won from either Cotty or Modo Miss, and close up was April and Augusta. Bafana Miss Tambo, followed by My Odette, Secret Tales, Wanda Rocks and Winter Rain, Vanasta, Alpha Lily, and Argyle Pink has pulled up at the rear.
Well, Outlawed, ridden positively today. I thought she might have to go back and try and slot in, but he bounced her quickly and she managed to get over fairly comfortable from that gate, just off the leader, My Odette, who was running along nicely. And you knew when she got there so quickly, she was going to be very, very hard to beat in the form that she's in right now. She continues onwards and upwards here since coming to Rob Heathcote's stables. Now, the 11, Cotty, was a lot better today. She comes through one off the fence. It looks like she'll get that second spot. And on the outside there, Moto Miss. So pretty close for second and third. And then April in Augusta. But the winner is Outlawed number 12. She's really loving life in the Sunshine State, Bernie.
She sure is, and whatever Rob Heathcote does, she loves it. Rob raises the bar. She says, how high would you like me to go, Rob?
Yeah, it's always nice to get another Saturday winner, particularly we've been a bit quiet this year, and this girl's flying the flag for the stable. And, of course, Rothy.
It's called rebuilding.
It is. And we're going through a phase like that, but I get so much pleasure training winners for Wilf Mueller. Wilf's been with me for donkey's years, and it was the right race today, and a lot of credit to Ben Thompson. You know, tricky gate. Ben was super confident. He said, I'll get over and sit in the first four and she'll be too good.
She just keeps turning up. I mean, it's hard not to just keep going with her, I guess.
Exactly, and look, where to now? Well, you know, Saturday race today, restricted level. We'll go to that next level. We'll keep her racing on a Saturday, and, you know, she's just been a wonderful asset to the stable.
How is Rothfire?
Rothy's good. Mel rode him this morning and said he feels fantastic. But, you know, look, racing's like that. You know, it was 3 years ago today at $1.50. Rothy got beat he got beat the Golden Rose. And look, I feel for Clayton Douglas and the Giga Kick team. Well, not much. They did win the Everest last year, but look, I know the feeling because I was in it also this time 3 years ago. So it's a tough pill to swallow. But as we say, that's racing.
It is racing, and sometimes that the horses just injuries happen. They have to have breaks, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But Rothy's in good order. I'm going down Wednesday. Mel, as per usual, is doing a super job.
She's a star. Good on you, Rob.
Thanks, mate.
All right, there is winning trainer Rob Heathcote, the favourite home, Outlawed. She just keeps going superbly, doesn't she? 12, 11, 5, 8.
So Arnica is going to run a very, very heavily backed favourite in the Class 6 plate.
All right, thanks very much for that, Tim. You mentioned Rejoice Maxi, a bit of a local pin-up boy. He looked excellent. Release the Beans looked good. Briar's Kingdom. And I don't know why the drift on Cur Royale, but she has started to firm back in slightly now.
Yeah, she went 390 to 7.
Crazy.
Back in a point to 6.
There she is loading up. Let's get to Josh for the call.
Tree behind the gates, dancing about a bit in the wind. But Arnica off the map, the favourite here. Gate number 1, 1300. Light turned on. Right to go. Good line, racing. Arnica was away well. Likewise, Cur Royale out wide going forward. Rejoice is up there nice and handy as well. Likewise, Barista's Sister. Lorena's out 4 wide, followed by Briar's Kingdom. South Parade drifting back, Flying Joy. Granite Prince defends a length and a half to Fleetwood Macca. Release the Bands outside and Chatty Ladies a length and a half away. Cur Royale's in front now, second. Rejoiced up into third, Lorena. Arnica is now fourth, the inside, and fifth, the outside. Barista's Sister out 3 wide, working forward. South Parade ahead of next along there is Briar's Kingdom. Further back to Granite Prince, not travelling well, being passed there by Flying Joy. A length and a half to Release the Beans over on the outside of second last is Fleetwood Macca, and at the rear is still Chatty Lady. So just in front, Cur Royale second is Rejoiced on the outside. A length away third is Lorraine. Arnica is travelling well, improving, running up into third now, followed by South Parade, and a further back to Barissa's Sister, and then we've got Briar's Kingdom, Rejoice, and also Cur Royale. Arnica is running home well. Briar's Kingdom's making ground, looking for the way clear though. Here's Chatty Lady right down the outside, running home. Arnica in front now, but Chatty Lady the outside's out after Arnica. Late Flying Joy. Chatty Lady's going home the better, and Chatty Lady's won from Arnica. Flying Joy, followed by Release the Beans, Barissa's Sister, Briar's Kingdom, South Parade, Fleetwood Macca, Cur Royale, Rejoiced and Granite Prince, and pulling up at the rear was Lorena.
Number 8, Chatty Lady. Specced a little bit in the market late, has come with a big burst down the outside to get up and score. The tempo was strong. Cur Royale had to work to get across, and Rejoice was there, and there was 1 out 3 deep Lorena, so the pressure was on. No excuses for Arna Kerr, because he had the world's best run just in behind. He reached the lead, but you could see Chatty Lady, the last 150 metres, she was literally going home 2 strides to his 1. So it looks like 8, 6, 13 and 4. Arna Kerr will get second. Third will go to Flying Joy, I think, over on the inside, and then Release the Beans. So they really came in at long intervals there behind this winner. Chatty Lady, trained by Mark Curry. The Birthday Boy, Bernie, written by Kyle Wilson-Taylor.
Yeah, the Birthday Boy, he told, well, a little birdie told me, but he didn't hide from the facts, so it's always nice to have a winner on your birthday. Just looking for him now. Yep, here he comes, so we will have a quick chat. A great return, well, not return, she was second up from a spell here today, I think, Chatty Lady. Making his way down, having to kiss all the women. What's going on? Well done. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Is that the birthday wish you wanted?
That is the birthday wish I wanted, yes, it is.
Last I looked, here she is, pretty much last, getting the ears scrubbed off her, and next minute she's pouncing down the outside.
They were running 10s a furlong, so they were lifting along up front, which was good for us, but it's probably the only way we could ride it from that alley.
Yeah.
And Kyle knows it. He's rode it before, won on her, and very happy.
Yeah, I feel like it's all been pulled off here today. I mean, the first up run, there was nothing wrong with it behind Situation Room.
Yeah, I thought she raced really good first up. Like, they hit the line good. She did.
Yep.
Probably got held up a little bit behind Magic Charlie down the running, but other than that, I thought she raced good, yeah.
Can you win the Cup today? 2 runners, hell of a deal, Top Boy.
I've got 3 runners. I'm happy with the whole 3 of them. You can't really split Top Boy and Hell of a Deal. Hell of a Deal's probably got a bit more against the way she races with all the traffic and got to go around the field and whatever. But they get a bit of luck, they should race well.
Good on you, Mark. Happy birthday.
Thanks for that.
All right.
But he just needs to get a good ride here from the awkward gate. 6, 5, 4 and 9. I've got Magic Conqueror in because he goes forward. Give himself every chance. Cronenberg and also Raging Pole, my roughie.
All right, I'm with Cronenberg from the yard. They're all in. Here's Josh.
Popping in near Cronenberg. Red Top's on the toe. Set racing. Raging Pole away okay with Aqua Elta. Out 3 wide Telephone Booth and 4 wide Magic Conqueror. Cronenberger's going forward. He's up into 4th berth now. Further back to Steinbrenner. Next the outside, the irons out 3 wide. A length further back, Semaphore Girl. And then we've got Blacklog over on the outside of Red Top. And Epicurus is back second last. And last of all is Corona Lad. In front now is Magic Conqueror by 3/4. And second working forward is the irons out 3 wide. back to third, Telephone Booth, and going forward also Steinbrenner. And they're clear from Cronenberg, who's now 1 horse away from the fence over on the outside of Aqua Elta. 2.5 to Raging Pole, Blacklog the outside. A length and a half, Semaphore Girl, Epicurious, and Red Topper second last, and Corona Lad is still last of all. A good 9 or 10 lengths off the 2 leaders. So Magic Conqueror and the Irons the outside in front by length and 3/4 here. Third, the inside Telephone Booth at Stablemate is fourth, and that's Steinbrenner. Further back to Aqua Elta, Cronenberg the outside, 600 metres left to run. A length and a half to Blacklog, Raging Pole, Semaphore Girl, Epicurious, Red Topper still second last, and Corona Lab a length and a half away. 400 metres left to run. In front's Magic Conqueror, Telephone Booth up to second. The Irons is gone. Cronenberg is making ground out wider. Blacklog likewise, and sneaking runs as Aqua Elta at the 250 metre marker. Cronenberg out wider, stormed up and taken over. Magic Conqueror can't go with him. Running home as Blacklog, and further back to Aqua Elta, but Cronenberg in front. 50 metres left to run. Cronenberg in front near the line, and Cronenberg has won from Blacklog and Aqua Elta, followed by Magic Conqueror, Telephone Booth, Raging Pole, Corona Lad, Semaphore Girl, Epicurious, Red Top, and the Irons dropped out to pull up at the rear, barring one Steinbrenner, who's just getting...
Yes, he dropped right out of it, didn't he, Steinbrenner? We'll get a report on him shortly, but the winner, Cronenberg, loving that really hot tempo, Bernie. They really did hoon along when the Irons whipped around the outside and took on Magic Conqueror.
I'm just going to put it out there that the tempo's been a little ridiculous today, Maxie.
Yeah.
Just
well, Chatty Lady
overdoing it.
came from about 12 lengths off the lead at the 400. The leader's got a stitch in the previous, and today, although he was 5th or 6th, he was about 5 lengths off the lead, Cronenberg, but they've got a stitch. And he's whipped home down the outside to get up and score. Blacklog loomed as a big chance 100 out. He'll get that second spot. And Aqua Alta will get third, and then possibly Magic Conqueror.
Yeah, I know.
But Cronenberg, the winner, she's got his act together this time in. Tony Gollard and Jimmy Orman.
Yeah, Tony's just kicking off his winners for the day here. Tony, a big 3 races ahead of you, but it's great to see Cronenberg win here today. He had to come back to the 1350 last start, which he was still very good, but got the run of the race today.
Yeah, we had a tiny hiccup in his prep. We had to freshen him a touch, and he trialled really well going to the No Metro, and it was just a touch short for him. We thought coming to the mile here today, knowing how well he races at Eagle Farm on the sand profile there, bringing him up here wouldn't be a problem. And we were given a beautiful ride by Jimmy Orman. He makes very few mistakes. He just lobbed into that third pair when they were going at a really good gallop, and probably had to expose him a touch earlier than he wanted, but he's a strong miler, and he's just a horse in really good form.
Certainly is. What's with the tempo here today?
Yeah, look, just funny. I mean, you get a mix of everything when you come to these types of tracks for our Metro meeting. You get a lot of provincial form and different sort of instructions, I think, and we ride our races a lot differently than what we see down at Doomben and Eagle Farm, but you got to blend in and just try and make the right decisions at the right time, and I'm very fortunate that my jockey did that then.
Got 3 runners in the Wheatwood. You're yet to win it. You're a Toowoomba boy. You're the pin-up boy from Toowoomba.
I don't know about the pin-up boy, but geez, I'd love to win it. I've got a very stiff opposition in the favourite today. He's a really good horse, but I've got 3 really nice horses that I think suit that style of race. They're on 54 kilos. They're lovely horses that'll posse up and take a position. It doesn't look to be crazy speed in the Wheatwood this year. It's on paper. They're not run on paper, and they've all been set for this race. So God give us strength in a few races' time.
Good on you, Tone.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, winning trainer Tony Gollin, and the favourite Cronenberg home, 4, 2, 12 and 5.
And then Bobby Shiraz, 5'11", 114. There are 2 or 3 other genuine hopes too.
There are. I'm playing the 5 with you, Maxie. We are, banking on her being able to run this sort of a trip. The other one I really liked was Cryptic Sound. She looked terrific also. So I'm going to stick with you though. Glass of Rosé. She's got the drifts now out to 850 as the pick of the yard. Not sure how many we've got left to load there. we've got 2 to go, so perhaps we better get upstairs to... Oh, no, they're going to take a bit of time. Let's get to Tim.
Yeah, Bobby Shiraz, as soon as they got a run this morning, it was the second emergency. They took the 440. He's now into $3.30. He's very, very heavily backed. And no confidence about anything else in the market.
Racing in the Guineas, Adelaide and also Red Defcon showing good speed. Bobby Shiraz and also Cryptic Sound coming across as well, and She Mine goes forward fast and eventually obtains the lead. So it's She Mine in front, leading the way by about a neck. Cryptic Sound, Coney Island Baby is on the scene, whizzing around the outside to momentarily make a line of 3, and Capital C is tracking them up wide, going up 3 deep on the track at the 1200. Then came Adelaide and also Bobby Shiraz. Glass of Rosés there in the centre, and Avoid the Mistresses deep out on the course. Red Defcon now gets back, and also Hussey Empress well back in the field of both Shy Guy back second to last, and Planned Encounter whips them in the Guineas field for 2023 as they climb the hill at least 12 lengths away from the speed. Coney Island Baby in front, leading the way down past the 850, leading the way by about a neck or so. Capital C the outside, and they're followed by She Mine, who's now back to third with the run of the race at the 650, and Cryptic Sound is poised fourth up on the outside, racing 1 off the fence. Glass of Rosé, and also there in the centre Bobby Shiraz together there with it, and Adelaide is further back along the rail. Hussey Empress is wide. Defcon needs a run there in the centre. Shy Guy well back with Avoid the Mistress and Planned Encounter homeward bound in the Guineas. 300 metres from the judge, so Capital C ranging up on the outside. Poked its head in front. Coney Island Baby back to second. She Mines into the clear, and here's Adelaide there in the centre, and Bobby Shiraz right down the outside. Adelaide sprinted to the lead. Red Defcon, Bobby Shiraz are coming at it, but it's Adelaide. Adelaide wins the Guineas, beating home Red Defcon and Capital C, followed by Bobby Shiraz. Further back in the field there when they hit the line, roaring through late was Shy Guy and also She Mine clamoring for the minor contention. Hussey Empress not far back, followed by well back in the field of Coney Island Baby, Planned Encounter, Cryptic Sound and Glass of Rosé, and Avoid the Mistress at the tail end of the field.
Adelaide #1 for Tony and Madison Sears, ridden by Andrew Mallion, beats Red Defcon. Capital C gets third, Bobby Shiraz fourth, but Adelaide really enjoying getting it over longer trips. Was okay first up, better at 1500 and even better today at 1625 as he surged to the lead at the top of the straight, put a gap on them, and they were never ever likely to catch Adelaide, a son of Adelaide and a red dazzler mare called Elsa Ray, trained here on the track by Tony and Madison Sears. Not a lot to say about the beaten brigade there. Bernie, it was a one-act affair.
A one-act affair. The Searses are hoping that it's the same for Yellow Brick when they get to the Wheatwood. So we're going to have a chat with Tony now, because I think Maddie's still trying to make her way back into the crowd. So Tone, well done. Adelaide takes out the Guineas.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bernie. Big congratulations to my daughter, co-trainer Maddie.
Well done.
Yeah, you can take over. It's right.
I think Dad's going to cry. He gets so emotional.
He does. We have such a great relationship. It's hard to not get emotional.
Let's talk Adelaide then. And you got a beautiful ride today. Obviously, he was a last start winner, and Dad said he worked the place down on Tuesday.
Yeah, he galloped absolutely enormous on Tuesday. Looking at the race, I personally thought he was the class horse, last start winner in town. There was a lot more merit in that win in town than what it sort of looked like. It was a slow run race, sit and sprint home, and that didn't really suit him. So, yeah, it just set him up perfect today. I thought he was way overs, and he did exactly what we thought he was going to do.
He's by Adelaide. I'm assuming you're hoping down the track to get him out further?
Yeah, we'd love to see him out to 2,000 metres, but he's been a very, very slow maturer. So it's just taken a bit of time, but we always had this race in mind for him, so I'm so glad we could get it done for his owners.
You've got the very short price favourite, Yellow Brick, in the Wheatwood. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Dad said, we've had a bit of bad luck today. I said, it's all right. The feature races have started and they're just going to start rolling in, so hopefully we're right.
Look at it turn around. Good on you, Maddie. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, there she is. Maddie and Tony Sears, Andrew Mallion, they combine with Adelaide to take out the Guineas. 1 beats 8, 2 and 14. Here's Kembla. Well, he was $3.80 and now he's $2.50, this favourite, Maxie.
Well, he was $4.20 this morning, so I think everybody
we thought that was just such a great price this morning.
It was there staring at us for the last 2 days. Anyway, he's got a win yet. 9 on top, putting 12 in Hell of a Deal, 1 Namazoo and number 15 Top Boy.
Yeah, I thought he looked great. Obviously, he's deep in his campaign, but he looked as good as he always does. Here's Anthony Collins.
Cronenberg coming out of gate 6. Starters to the side. Stand by. 2,000 metres for the Toowoomba Cup. Set. They stand. Racing. Sail from the inside, beat them out, jumps in front, showing good speed was Red Wave from out wide, who's circling up, and also Namazoo, Military Gambler wants in there as well. Enough he settled, and down to about 5th on the turn out of the straight the first time. Wapiti and Sail, Nicau Spur, Hell of a Deal, balancing up in centre field positions. Then came Bar None, now getting back in the race, Harbell, Top Boy, Beaufort Park, Linthorpe Ladders, second to last, and Tappy's Lad whips them in. It's Military Gambler in front, 1,400 metres from the judge, leading the way in the tab Toowoomba Cup for 2023. Military Gambler in front, every post to winner basically by a length and a quarter. Wapiti. Namazoo is third. Now Nicau Spur, so this favourite going on with a job, getting around the outside up to third, but pratted out on a limb. They're followed by Red Wave there in the centre, 2 further back to Sail, and also Enough he said Harbell. Well back to Hell of a Deal now, who's tucked away towards the outside. A Bar None, who's over on the fence. Linthorpe Lad commences a 3 deep move on the track. Been tracked forward in the race by both Tappy's Lad and also Top Boy, and Beaufort Park whips them in. Military Gambler in front, 800 metres from the judge, leading the way by a neck. Over Nicau Spur, who's now breathing down its neck the outside the 5. Then came Wapiti, and also Namazoo is over on the fence in 4th. Harbell up to 5th, but deep. Red Waves there in the centre. Tappy's Lad wide on the track. Sail the fence. Enough he said. Linthorpe Lad, Top Boy, Hell of a Deal well back with Beaufort Park, and Bar None the rear ender as they approach the home turn in the big one. Military Gambler in front. Nicau Spur grinding away up on the outside, 300 to go, followed by Wapiti, Namazoo, and Enough he said, but they've still got to get to Military Gambler in front at the 150. Nicau Spur still there on the outside. Military Gambler in front. Nicau Spur, I don't think can pick him up, and it's Military Gambler. Military Gambler beating Nicau Spur. Bar None for third, followed then by Enough he said and Linthorpe Lad and Sail. Further back in the field there when they hit the line to Red Wave, and then came Wapiti and Namazoo, Top Boy, Beaufort Park, Tappy's Lad, Harbell, and Hell of a Deal at the tail end of the field.
Well, Military Gambler going all the way. Number 10, trained by Chris Muntz, ridden by Damien Thornton. Nicau Spur covered more ground than the early Explorers early, just couldn't get in until they got to about the 1,000. So at the halfway point, he sat up second, a length off Military Gambler. He had his chance thereafter, but the early effort obviously telling, and then Bar None, the good old boy. Looks as though he's got into third, and he was coming home strongly along the rails. Maybe he's a stayer. So that's the results for possibly number 13 by the look of it. Enough he said. So the cup goes to Military Gambler. He got out to $13, so he's a bit of a drifter in the market, Bernie, but he's shown them a clean pair of plates today.
Yes, he has absolutely romped it, hasn't he? And Corey's here to have a chat with us on behalf of his dad, Chris, and not only is he the winner, he's the most gorgeous horse out there. How good looking is he?
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's just getting better with age. He loves being in the stable, he loves training, and he loves racing. So, no, he's certainly PB'd here today.
It is indeed. I love the fact that your dad sort of kept the freshness in his legs this time. I mean, we saw him go 1,200, 1,350 a mile, then to the 2,000.
Yeah, he was a bit disappointing in his second run back, but as we know these stays, they can always put a great run in at first up and sometimes be a bit questionable second up, but he by his ratings, he PB'd at Dooman over the mile. And the fact he's never carried 53 on his back, I don't think in his whole career, because he's been heavily weighted since his debut as a 2-year-old.
He was just so consistent. He was one of those horses that had won one race, but he had a stack of placings, so he's always carrying the maximum weight.
Yeah, and that's going to stop horses at sometimes. But like I said, 53 on his back, he was fit, he was well. And, won the Cup.
Beautifully trained, beautifully trained. We saw him really come to the fore last preparation. So, as you say, just a late maturer.
Yeah, as I said, he's just getting better with age. He's a sound horse. Like I say, he's just enjoying training. And, from the barrier today, look, if Damien hadn't gone forward, we would have been caught deep. So he's used his judgment there, and we've reaped the rewards today.
Well done, Corey.
Thank you.
All right, Corey Muntz there on behalf of his dad. Team Muntz, you have done a superb job here with Military Gambler. That's it for the Cup. The big one, the Wheatwood to come, 10 beats 9 and 11.
And I see something similar here. I don't see a lot of pressure for a race like this. There might be, but you can't really see it on paper. Situation Room will bounce quickly and look the leader to my way of thinking, and I'm hoping that Yellow Brick's only a few lengths off him.
Do you remember this race many, many moons ago? I'm pretty sure they used to run about 18. Would that be right? Do you remember?
Possibly.
Tony might remember. Tony might. All right. Was it 18 they used to run here?
Spray won it. He had 21 alley.
Yeah.
There you go, full field. All right, last
$26 for the Golden Eagle if you get on now.
Exactly. Let's see what Yellow Brick can do. Here's Anthony Collins.
Set to go. Ready for action. Lights flash away. Off in the Wheatwood. Now, beautiful start to come away out of the gates, and Yellow Brick was about the fourth runner away as Situation Room and All That Pizzazz joined it. Also, Dr. Zeus was well ridden at the start into a prominent spot, and Burnish Gold out wide. Sir Rock at the fence, followed then by Roman Aureus and Ned's Gully, and Tears of Lovers deep out on the course. Mass Destruction, centre fielder a touch worse. A neat length away to Bonaparte. Ranch Hand and neck back the fence. Our Magnus second to last, and Noah Adela's last of all at the Wheatwood stand in the Wheatwood, and the pace setter is now the favourite, and I speak of Yellow Brick in front and in charge, leading the way 3 parts of a length over Burnish Gold, the outside, Roman Aureus and All That Pizzazz. Situation Room, Ned's Gully, Tears of Love, followed then by Dr. Zeus, Mass Destruction, peeling to the extreme outside, Homeward Bound in the Wheatwood. Yellow Brick in front, All That Pizzazz, Situation Room knuckling down to the task. Dr. Zeus is next, followed by Ned's Gully. Yellow Brick in front, but All That Pizzazz looming ominously. 100 to go, Yellow Brick. All That Pizzazz lunges. Photo, not sure. All That Pizzazz or Yellow Brick could go either way. Dr. Zeus third, followed by our Magnus for fourth, and then came at the head of the rest there was Situation Room, Noah and Adele, Roman Aureus, Ned's Gully, followed by Bonaparte, Sir Rocket, Ranch Hand, Burnish Gold, and Tears of Love. Mass Destruction last. It's a photo in the Wheatwood. All That Pizzazzy outside.
All right, thank you, Jason. Bernie, you've got the winning trainer.
I do indeed. Tony Golan, and he says it's been in the making for some 25 years. Congratulations, All That Pizzazz. He's quite the giant killer, isn't he?
Oh, he's a little beauty. Like, we backed off him after the duel, and I really thought he'd make a Wheatwood horse. All three of the horses we had here today, we really targeted for this race. I just know how hard it is to win. Been training for 25 years. I've always desired to win this race, so
it means a lot, and he's a horse I really thought, I was disappointed when he drew the wide draw, and I thought if we could get some luck from the barrier, which Benny Thompson rode him an absolute perler, I thought we could get the job done, and we duly saluted.
He's only a small horse. There's not a lot of him. He's got a magnificent stride, though.
Oh, he's got a beautiful stride. I remember when John Foote picked him out as a yearling, I sent him at Classics, and he's always had that great action. He's a really lovely little short-coupled horse, and he means the world to us. He's a real giant killer, but they dropped the 54 today, and the race didn't pan out as I expected, but I just knew coming to the corner, I won a lot of races at Clifford Park, but never this one, and I knew I had the horse travelling well enough to be in the finish, and Ben rode him an absolute treat, and this race means the world to me. My family, everyone involved with our stable, it just means so much.
You won a Millions this year, you won a Wheatwood. I think Dad would be pretty chuffed.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, it means a lot, you know, coming from here. I've never been able to win this race before. Tried so often, and everyone said it's your turn, but I'll be here again next year anyway. But yeah, it means a lot. You know, obviously my father, but also my family, everyone involved. They're not here today, you know, my wife and children. It means a lot to me, this race, for sure.
Good on your turn.
Thank you.
All right, let's have a quick chat with Ben Thompson now. Actually, Ben might be held up, Ben, actually, so we'll have to come back with Ben. But Maxie, great scenes with Tony. You know, it is special when you're a Toowoomba born and bred boy. All right, let's have a chat with Ben now. You've made Tony Gollan's day. Well done.
Yeah, he's made my day. Amazing, really. It's obviously Tony's first Wheatwood. I ran second in the race for Tony last year on Mass Destruction, so super special to go one better for him. And on a horse, it's been so good to me. I won in the early days of the Sunshine Coast and the Jewel in March. So I'm be forever in debt to him. It's just a special race. Like obviously, Toowoomba's a big racing town, and
Tony's the golden child.
Absolutely, it was. It wasn't quite right that he hadn't won a Wheatwood, so it was only a matter of time, not if, but when. And yeah, magic that it could be today.
This guy, he's only a little horse. He's a giant killer. He's beat a real star today.
Yeah, obviously, Yellowbrick's a superstar. And albeit, we had a really cosy run, the pair behind him on the back of Burnish Gold. They're so hard to run down. Not only a good horse, but a very, very good horse, but local. He loves his backyard, Yellowbrick. But obviously, my horse was third up today, rock hard fit, and it probably made the difference. So Tony, before the start of the prep, he said that he'd love to get into a Wheatwood, and two really good seconds, first and second up, and he's nailed it third up.
Well done.
Thanks, Bernie.
All right.
To go in, and the field to be right for the last race of the afternoon, quickly becoming a beautiful evening here in Toowoomba. Lovely sunset to the west, and Head and Eyes will go in and complete the lineup. Last favourite, Pocket Full, and we're right to run. Looks like they've all now just about moved in, so stand by. 1200, race number 9. Tremonto drawn in. Pocket Full, a firm favourite. Light on now. And we're right. 1 or 2 dancing about. Maya Bay, Micro. Tremonto drawn in. Set now, gates open, racing, and 5 Oxford out wide. Hamler Von Schnitzel both began well, and Brack out of the pack as Buggerlug to lead now. Going forward also a Sensational Reward, and also Hidden Eyes out 4 wide is going forward. Pocket Full the next one. Tremonto, Maya Bay, further back to Micro, Count the Coin, Tin Win and Light of Boom. In front the outside of Sensational Reward second. The inside is Buggerlugs and Handy third. Over on the outside as they swing down the side is Hidden Eyes. a length and a half to 5 Oxford. Further back to Maya Bay, 3 deep. The fences, Hamler von Snitzel. Next along at the 600 metres marker, Pocket Full is about 4 or 5 lengths off the leader. Going forward, Tremonto, but out 4 wide. Tin Win, Count the Coin. Further back to out wider on the track there. Second last is Micro. Last of all, Light of Boom inside the 400 metres marker. Out to 4 and 5 wide. Maya Bay's loomed up. Still there, the inside of the Sensational Reward. Likewise, Bugger Lugs also. Head and Eyes and Pocket Full chiming in down the outside. Maya Bay is in front. Pocket Full is in hot pursuit. Weaving through 5 Oxford. Later's Micro down the outside. Maya Bay, Pocket Full, Pocket Full, Pocket Full. Pocket Full's one from a photo between 5 Oxford and Micro. Not sure. Close up Maya Bay, followed by Count the Coin. Light of Boom, Tremonto, Hamler von Snitzel, and further back was Head and Eyes and also Bugger Lugs and Tin Win and Sensational Reward.
Well, today's the day, or tonight's the night for Pocket Full, looming up at the top of the straight. There he'd hit the lead, then he had to fend them off, and he's got there. Micro was on his back and wanting to lane a little bit, then he came around his heels, had his chance, Micro, but he wasn't for catching Pocket Full. He really did have a head full of steam coming towards the bend. He settled around about midfield, Bernie, coming around them, Pocket Full. It all worked out right for him today.
Yeah, he deserved it, Maxie, rather, didn't he? Because we saw him protest without much success last start at Doomben. Now, whether he was going to win that race or not, he's been super consistent.
Yeah, close for the minors here. It's Micro on the outside, 5 Oxford and Maya Bay, and then a gap away to Count the Coin. It's Pocket Full. He was the best back runner clearly here in the last race, and he gets the money.
All right, let's have a chat with winning trainer Stu Kendrick. It's been a long day. It's nice to go home with a winner, isn't it?
It is. It's going to make the drive a little bit easier getting home, that's for sure. So, no, it's been a good day. I mean, obviously the crowd's been massive and good atmosphere, so it's good to finish off with a win.
It certainly is. And this guy, we saw him sort of deprived of a win last start, for want of a better word, but we know that he's always thereabouts.
He is. Look, I think he's only ever put one bad run in his life, and, he always tries. And, yeah, he's a little bit unlucky. He barely thought he was going to make it interesting the other day and just got chopped out a little bit and had a little setback last week with him, so he had to scratch him, and this looked a good option. So, yeah, it was really good for the owners to get this win today, and, yeah, he's always consistent and he tries so hard, so it's good.
Do you have a plan going forward with him, or you're just taking it one race at a time?
Oh, look, we'll just see now. I mean, he's, some nice races obviously over the summer, so it'll be good just to give him a little freshen up and, just target a couple of those. I think at his best he can be, competitive with a lot of those. Like he was sort of around the Antino and that at certain points. Obviously that horse has gone on, but yeah, look, he's consistent, he tries hard, and, in the right race he can run well.
And do you think he's got a little bit of more improvement to come as well?
Look, I think he is. I mean, we laugh. He's a bit of a big Dumbo. He sort of looks around at everything, and he did it again today. He sort of came to the turn, half came off the bit. I thought, oh, here we go. But, then he knuckled down. So when he puts it together, I think he can really hit the line hard, and it was good to see him dig in today.
It's amazing what a new baby can do for everybody, isn't it?
Oh, he's flying, isn't he? More mouths to feed, see?
He's hungrier than ever. Good on you, Stu.
Thanks, Benny.
Yeah, Bernie, he was able to get into a pretty good spot early, and then he was shunted 3 deep for a fair portion, but you could see turning into the home straight that he was going to be the one today, and punters cheered there that took the short price about him. I think he's gone off officially at $2.60.
Yeah, he was great. Let's have a chat with Ben Thompson. He's just giving Stewie Kendrick a little rundown. It's been a great day for Ben at the office, and I believe the new bub's name is Harry. He'll be a little Prince Harry, I'm sure. And we'll get Ben's thoughts now. Super job. Well done, Ben.
Yeah, it was great, Bernie. A real, reward for obviously Stuart Kendrick, his team at Caloundra, and obviously Archer Park Racing Group. He's been racing really well, this horse, and a well-deserved breakthrough at Saturday grade. So he's had some nice horses beat him on the way, Antino in particular, and obviously Bubba's Bay last start. So it was a good effort. There was good speed on, set up by Bugger Lugs and Hamlet von Snitzel, and I was able just to pop out 3 wide, sort of come the business end and get a really good drag into the race. He enjoyed a bit of room, and when I asked for an effort, he gave it well, so a good effort.
I'm thinking he doesn't need to find a whole lot more to take another step. Do you think he's got that length or two up his sleeve?
Yeah, I do for sure. He's still a horse that, albeit we're all familiar with him now, he's been around a little while. He's still only young, though.
Dewey says a bit dumb.
I think I just said to the strapper, you'd swear he's thinking about his tucker up the straight. He just does what he has to, but he's a winner and that's all he had to do. So obviously, it just fills you with a lot of confidence riding for Stuart Kendrick and his team. That they're flying, and anyone that's seen him here in the yard would have filled him with confidence if they were cheering him on. So great win.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, there is winning jockey